on how to cut a cow kaftan gown or a dress with sleeves. All right, you know there are different types of cow. There are some cow gown without, or cow kaftan without sleeves, but this particular one there will be sleeves. Okay, we'll be attaching our sleeves to it. So that is it. So as you can see here, I have my fabric. It's already folded into two. I've already folded it. It's by four. Okay, so I have about 3 years. It's really not up to maybe it's not up to, it mean like it should be like maybe about 4 or 3 inches to complete 3 years. So they just call it 3 years. You can use 3 years or 3.5 depending on how fuller you want it. Okay, so I went ahead to fold it into two. After folding it into two, I folded it again. Okay, so it's on fold by four, it's into four. So after folding it, all right, you fold entire fabric, so the amount of fabric you'll be working on. So that's what I have here. After folding, the first thing we're going to do is to mark out our horizontal measurement. So I'll be using this edge now, okay, as my shoulder line or starting point. All right, so now the full the full inches I have here, I have about 57 inches. That is the full length of this fabric, 57 inches. Okay, and the full length of the dress or gown I'm working on, I have 55 inches. Alright, so I'll be using the whole um fabric. Okay, because after getting our 55, you need to add folding extra inches for folding allowance. All right, so I'll be using the whole thing, the whole 57 inches. All right, okay, so that is 55 plus my sewing allowance. All right, remember we're going to be joining the shoulder as well as folding the down part. So now, so the next thing after that, so the next I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and mark out my shoulder to hip measurement. And shoulder to hip measurement, I have 24 inches. Okay, so this is my 24 inches. I'll go ahead and make a straight line. So I'm marking out my shoulder to hip measurement. So after that, you're going to determine where you want your cowl to stop. Okay, from here, from the shoulder down to where you want your cowl to stop. Okay, so here I've determined my, and I want it to fall at my knee length. And the knee length for this particular measurement I'm working on, I have 35 inches. All right, so I'll be marking that 35 inches. You can go below, you can go come up above depending on your preference where you want it to fall the cowl. So I want mine to be at 35 inches. That is my knee length. So here I'll go ahead and mark it out. So this is 35. So after that, now the next thing that we are going to do, okay, so from this knee length, now let's work on this down part before we move to the upper part. So from this knee length, you are going to divide your hip measurement by four. So you're going to be dividing your hip measurement by four. Okay, so hip measurement, all right. So the hip I have hip of 42 inches. So the quarter of my 42 inches, the quarter of hip measurement I have, that should be 10.5. So 10.5, I'll go ahead and add extra 2 inches for ease and another half inch for stitching. Okay, that is 2.5. So 10.5 plus 2.5, that will give us 13 inches, right? Okay, so go ahead from this my knee length now, from the knee length where I want my cow to stop, I will be marking that 13 inches down to the full length of the kaftan. All right, so here I have my 13 inches. Okay, so I'll mark it 13 inches. I'm marking it to the down, all the way down. Okay, you can see my table is small, so I'll go ahead and lift this up. Okay, so I'll be able to mark it. So after lifting it, I'll continue with my marking. So I have 13 inches here. Okay, so now I'm done with this. I'll go ahead and pull it down because my table is not that long. All right, so here now we are done with this down part. Okay, from the your knee length or wherever you want your cow to stop, you measure the quarter of your hip plus your ease and sewing allowance, then you mark it all the way down. So we are done with that part. So the next thing is for us to mark out our shoulder measurement. So my shoulder measurement, I have 16. Divide 16 by 2, that will give us 8 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark it. So after marking it, from here now, I will be marking my shoulder slant. So I'll go ahead and mark half inch. I normally use half inch. You can use maybe, so here is for my shoulder. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. So here now I have my, this is my shoulder measurement here, and this is my shoulder slant. Okay, so I'll be slanting with this line. So the next thing is for us to input our neck line. So I have the neck width of 4. I'll be using 4 inches for my neck width. All right, then for the neck depth for my back, I'll be using 2 inches for the back neck depth. For the front neck depth, I'll be using 4.5. All right, 4.5. So after this now, I'll go ahead and connect, make a curve, a round curve with my my armhole curve. Okay, I'll be marking the neckline. So this is for the back, so this is for the front, so this is for the front neckline. All right, I hope the chalk is visible enough. Okay, even if not visible, at least you can hear me. Okay guys, so now, so after that, the next thing is for us to connect our shoulder slope. Okay, so we connect it to the neckline. All right, down, then you mark it down. We're going to slant it down to the end of the where the fabric ends. You're going to slant it all the way down. Okay, so after that now, the next thing we are going to do is to input our armhole. Okay, from here, remember here is my shoulder measurement, 8 inches. Okay, so from this 8 inches now, I'll go ahead and mark out 9 inches for my armhole. Okay, you can use 9.5 depending on this. So but I'll be using 9 inches. All right, so here I'll mark 9 inches. So after marking your 9 inches, I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. So here is my 9 inches. All right, so after marking it out, remember here is the shoulder. So this is the shoulder measurement, 8 inches. So from here you are going to measure 9 inches and mark it out. So after which you go ahead and connect. Okay, you are going to connect, you place your armhole curve and connect it this way. So you are going to place it like this. Okay, so you make a curve. So this curve is for our armhole. So I'm going to be, this is for the armhole. Remember it's a cowl kaftan with sleeves. All right, normally if you want, there are some cowl kaftan you don't add your sleeves. So the sleeve will only, maybe you have some opening, you just open the sleeve where your hands will come out, but this particular one will be attaching our sleeves to it. Okay, so now you can see here, this is what I have. I hope you guys can see it. Okay guys, so now I hope it's visible. I went ahead to use a pen to highlight it so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so this is the our armhole curve. Like I said, this is my, so if you watch here you can see, so this is my neckline, this is the back neckline, this is the front. I use 4 inches. So this is my shoulder slant. So from this my shoulder measurement now, you measure out 9 inches. So from there you're going to make a curve like this. Okay, so this is for the armhole. All right, so that is what I did here. So after that now, the next thing I'll do right now, from here, from where you want your cow to stop, remember, from where you wanted your cow to stop, remember I marked out 35 inches. So from here now, from this my 35 inches, so guys, from this 35 inches now, you're going to make a curve. Okay, all the way down to this top part, to this starting point or the shoulder slope we have there. So from here I'm going to make a curve. I'm so sorry, my table is small, my camera, I don't know if it's capturing what I'm doing here. So now, okay, you're going to make a curve like this. Remember this is, so from here you just make a curve with your free hand. Okay, you make a curve here. You can decide to come in from here. You can come in by 3 inch or 2 inch. So for it not to have a sharp edge, okay, you remember if you make a curve like this to this part, it's going to have a sharp edge. So always remember to blend it in. Okay, you can measure 2 inches as a guide or 3 inches so that you just connect it and you move straight up. Okay, so you're going to connect it like that all the way to the to this top, to this shoulder slope. Okay, so we are trying to form our cow. So from here, so you connect it. All right, you can see now we formed our cow. So the next thing for us to do is to cut it out. All right, so this is what I have here. I don't know if you guys can see, so let me use pen. Okay, so now as you can see, I've used my pen, I've highlighted it. So it's like this. You go ahead and make a curve. See? So you make a curve, you connect it, alright? Okay guys, so that is it for this tutorial. You can see here. So this is the knee length where I want my cow, where I wanted my cow to stop. Okay, so from there I made a curve from here all the way to this shoulder slope. Okay, so you make a curve, you connect it all the way to shoulder slope. So this is our cow. We have formed our cow now. So the next thing, I'll go ahead and cut it out. Okay, so I'll go ahead and cut it out. So from here I'll be cutting the back neckline first. Okay, so after that, and this is my shoulder slope. Okay, so from here, this is my armhole. So I'm cutting out my armhole. So guys, you can see I'm done cutting it out. Okay, so this is how it looks like. You can see, so this is our armhole. So this is the neckline, right? So this is the neckline. I've cut out the back neckline. So I'll go ahead and remove the inner part, the inner one, so that I'll be able to cut the front neckline. Okay, all right. So after removing it, I'll place it together. Okay, make sure it aligns, all right, so that I can cut the front neckline. So like this. So this is it. So I'll go ahead and cut the front neckline. All right, so guys, this is it for this tutorial. The next thing I'll do right now is to go ahead, I'll go ahead and place them right side. I've already cut out my basic sleeves. Okay, so here you cut out your basic sleeves. So this is my basic sleeves. All right, so any your desired length, any length of your choice. So the next thing, so this is the round face now. So I'll go ahead and remove them. I'll be pinning it right side facing right side, so that I'll go ahead and join the shoulders. Okay, so now this is what you have. This is the cow. You can see. So this is the neckline. This is for the front neckline. All right. This neckline. This is the armhole. This is the shoulder. Okay. So this is the armhole. So I'll pick the back. I'll pick the back neckline. All right. So I'll match it. You can see, I'll go ahead and join these shoulders here. I'll join the shoulders first. All right. After which I'll go ahead and finish up the neckline. All right. So you can decide to make it a design. Maybe you can decide to open this front. Okay, so I can decide to open the front, right? The front neckline. So you can decide to open it up, or you can decide to leave it like that. All right, so that is it. Okay guys, so now as you can see, I'm done joining the shoulders like I said. So after joining the shoulders, I went ahead to finish off the neckline. Okay, I've finished the neckline now. So the next thing for us to do is to join the sleeves. So this is my basic sleeves. Okay, so now look, this is how I attached mine. You can decide to sew yours. You sew, you know how many inches of allowance, so you can maybe half inch. You can decide to sew it, as well as sewing here. Then after sewing this part of the sleeve, you turn it to the right side. Okay, like this. So let's assume I've sewn here like this. So after sewing it, so you turn it to the right side. Okay, so this is the right side now, and this is the wrong side of the kaftan. Okay, so now you sew here as well. If you want to attach the sleeve this way, okay, there are so many ways you can attach your sleeve. Let's assume you are done sewing it. So what you do right now, you place the center. This is the midpoint, okay, of the shoulder. So they are going to place it like this. They are going to place it, okay, then you pin it all round. You are going to pin it all round like this to match up with this seam here. Okay, this sleeve seam and the kaftan seam, they will match up. All right, then you sew. So you're going to sew it. So this is number one. Or if you don't want to sew it, it's the same thing. Okay, you can as well, maybe you don't want to sew it that way. Okay, let's assume, so it's like this. You just open it up. All right, so this is your sleeve. This is your sleeves. All right, so this is the right side, the right side facing right side. So you're going to pin it like this. So after pinning, you just go ahead and sew it all round. All right, you're going to sew it all round. You can see it's matching. So after sewing it all round, you go ahead and shape your sleeves. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do right now. So after joining the sleeves, okay, so the next thing I will do is to sew all round, all the edges down. I'll go ahead and sew all the edges. Okay, so after sewing it down, you're going to hem. Then you fold the down part. You're going to fold the down part. So after that, our bubu gown or kaftan, cow kaftan is ready. So this is just what's left to do. So I'll go ahead and finish up this kaftan. After which I will put it on the mannequin for us to see the finished look. All right. So let me go ahead and attach my sleeve. After which I'll go ahead and shape all round, all round. So you shape the both sides all round from the sleeve joining, that is the shoulder slope, down to the hem. So after which you fold the down part, and your bubu gown is ready, right? So now let me quickly do that. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. As you can see here, this is what we have here. Okay, this is our cow kaftan with sleeve. Okay, so this is it. This is what we have here. You can see how beautiful it is. And this is the sleeve. Okay guys, so if you find this video helpful, please kindly give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not done so. Okay, thank you so much guys for watching. Bye.